93%. That's how many people who hesitate in the first moment lose the outcome entirely. Not because they were less skilled, not because they were less intelligent, because they looked less certain. And right now, someone weaker than you is winning. Not because they deserve it, because they stopped asking for permission. Here's what Machiavelli understood 5 centuries before psychology had a name for it. Power doesn't belong to the most talented, it belongs to the most certain. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to become that person. By the end of this video, you'll know how dangerous confidence is actually built. Not the fake kind, not the loud kind, the kind that makes a room go quiet when you enter it. And at 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the most calculated psychological shift a man can make, the one Machiavelli wrote about, the one most people never discover. But first, let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was 29, smart, hardworking, genuinely good at what he did, but he couldn't understand why, no matter what room he walked into, he felt invisible. His manager talked over him in meetings, his ideas got stolen, his voice, somehow, never landed. He told himself it was experience, that one day people would see it. Then, one Tuesday night, he posted on Reddit. He wrote, "I've been in this company 3 years. I work harder than anyone here, but somehow the guy who started 6 months ago is getting promoted over me. I don't get it." The comments flooded in. Most said the obvious things. Talk to your manager, update your resume, network more. But one comment stopped Marcus cold. It said, "It's not about what you do, it's about how you carry it." Marcus read it 3 times, then 4, then 5. He didn't know what it meant yet, but something in those 11 words cracked something open inside him. Because here's the part that most people never understand. What Marcus was experiencing has a name, and once you know it, you can't unknow it. It's called dominance signaling. And it's not about being aggressive, it's not about being loud. Dr. Dana Carney at UC Berkeley spent years studying this. Her research revealed something most people find uncomfortable. Within the first 7 seconds of meeting someone, others have already decided your status, not based on your resume, not based on your words, based on your body, your pace, your stillness. Think about the last time you walked into a room unsure of yourself. The slight glance around for approval, the small smile to seem approachable, the quick words to fill the silence. You thought you were being polite. Your body was broadcasting weakness. Dr. Carney's research found that people who use expansive posture, who take up space deliberately, are not just perceived as more powerful, they actually feel more powerful. Their testosterone increases, their cortisol, the stress hormone, drops. The body changes the mind. Which means the confidence you think you need to feel first actually comes after you act, not before. Write that down, because that's the foundation of everything Machiavelli understood about power. And at 7 minutes, I'll show you the most calculated part of this entire psychology. But first, stay with me, because what Marcus did next changed everything. Stay with me, because what Marcus tried next failed first. And that failure is the most important part of his story. Marcus tried to take the Reddit comments' advice immediately. He went to work the next day determined to carry himself differently. He stood straighter, he spoke up in the morning meeting, and then his manager, mid-sentence, cut him off, finished his idea, presented it as her own, smiled at the room, and Marcus, trained his entire life to be agreeable, nodded. He smiled. He even said, "Yeah, exactly what I was thinking." He went home that night and posted again. "I tried. It didn't work. Maybe I'm just not built for this." That sentence, "Maybe I'm just not built for this." That sentence is exactly what Machiavelli warned about. Because Marcus wasn't failing due to lack of skill. He was failing because he had been conditioned his entire life to make others comfortable at the cost of his own authority. He wasn't unconfident. He was trained to shrink. And there's a psychological name for that too. Let me give you 3 dark psychological reasons why people lose their power in rooms they should own. Not the surface reasons, the real ones. Reason 1, approval addiction. Dr. Guy Winch at Cornell Medical Center identified this pattern clearly. When your brain learns early that approval equals safety, it builds a reflex. Shrink, smile, Agree. Because conflict feels like danger. The gut punch? Every time you shrink to avoid conflict, your brain registers it as survival, and it gets stronger. You're not being kind, you're feeding a fear. Reason 2, the subordination habit. Research from the Gottman Institute found something striking. People who grow up in environments where their voice was ignored physically default to submissive body language under pressure. Smaller posture, faster speech, upward vocal tone. They don't choose it, their nervous system chooses it for them. The gut punch? You can override it, but only if you know it's happening. Reason 3, identity mismatch. This is the darkest one. Dr. Carol Dweck at Stanford calls it identity-behavior conflict. When who you believe you are doesn't match the behavior you're trying to perform, your brain will sabotage the performance every time. You can't walk like a king if you believe you're a servant. The gut punch? Confidence isn't something you perform, it's something you become. Are you recognizing this right now? Drop "I see it now" in the comments. I promise you are not alone. But here's the thing about Marcus. He hadn't hit his real turning point yet. And when he did, what he finally understood changed every room he ever walked into again. 3 weeks after his second post, Marcus posted one final update. No question this time, just a statement. He wrote, "I stopped trying to be confident. I started deciding I already was." Different thing entirely. The room feels different now. I feel different now. Read that again. I stopped trying to be confident. I started deciding I already was. That's not motivation. That's not a quote from a self-help book. That's the exact shift Machiavelli described in different words 5 centuries ago. The prince who acts like a prince before the crown arrives is the one who receives the crown. The one who waits to feel worthy waits forever. Marcus stopped performing confidence. He started inhabiting it, and the room responded. Here's your 5-step plan. Not theory, not inspiration. Moves you make, starting now. Step 1. Stop explaining yourself. Every time you over-explain, you signal insecurity. Machiavelli knew this. Carney's research confirms it. When someone questions your decision, you don't owe them a paragraph. You owe them calm certainty. Say, "That's my call," then stop. Silence after a strong statement is not awkward, it's power. Step 2. Control your pace. Anxious people move fast, they talk fast, they nod fast. Powerful people move like they have nowhere to rush to. This week, walk slower than feels natural. Talk slower than feels comfortable. Your nervous system will read it as calm. Others will read it as authority. Step 3. Claim physical space. Dr. Carney's research is clear. Before any high-stakes moment, a meeting, a conversation, a decision, stand or sit in an expansive posture for 2 minutes, not to impress anyone, to chemically shift your own state. It works. Step 4. Eliminate the escape hatches. I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. This might be a bad idea. Delete them. Every qualifier you add shrinks your authority by half. Say what you mean. Leave it there. Let others adjust. Step 5. Ask yourself one question. Not, how do I become more confident, but who would I be if I stopped believing I needed permission to exist fully? There's a difference, a massive difference, and that answer could change the entire direction of your life. Dangerous confidence is not arrogance. It's not aggression. It's not performance. It is a decision, a quiet, daily, deliberate decision to stop shrinking, to stop explaining, to stop waiting. And you deserve to walk into every room already knowing you belong there. If this video hit different today, share it. Because right now, someone in your life is shrinking. In a meeting, in a relationship, in their own mind. And they think it's just who they are. Show them this. And if you want to understand more about the psychology behind power, presence, and why some people command rooms without saying a word, subscribe to this channel. Every day, we go deeper into what most people feel but never understand. I'll see you in the next one.